Welcome to Shit Talk Babe. I began to talk about a video that was snatched from my phone, and then I had company, so it was more so an interruption. Well, I don't know. I won't really call it an interruption. Well, anyway, I had company, so I had to stop. I stopped at the part where I left my son's house after I took the fuck out of him. I left his house, and I walked around because I didn't have my shoes on, but I needed to think about how can I get my shoes. As I walked around, I saw a police station, I stood outside the police station for a while, thinking if I wanted to go in or not. And for some reason, I did not want to go in. I was going to car. And so I reached in my backpack to get my phone, and it is dead. So I walk in, there's a store, I think like maybe a secondhand store or something. And I walk in there and ask them if they have a phone I can use, I need to call the police. And they see that I don't have my shoes on. So the lady says, of course, sure, use the phone. So I called the police, and I'm talking to them. All I want to do is go in the house and get my shoes, I don't want anyone to go to jail. I don't, just my shoes, just come stand there so I can get my goddamn shoes, protect. That's all you need to do. However, the lady on the phone, when I called the 911, I called a non-emergency number. And the lady on the phone, she's like, well, is this domestic violence and whatever, domestic violence. See, they use words that we do not use. Well, we used to did not use these words, and now we use these words, domestic violence. Okay? So, I tell her, no, this is not domestic violence. I just want to get my shoes, To me, domestic has something, I know it has something to do with your house. But when you say domestic, to me, it's like you have animals or something, So, well, I guess domestic violence would be some animal type shit, huh? Okay, so I get off the phone with her, and they are going to dispatch someone to me. So I get off the phone with her, and I tell the lady inside, they let me use the phone. I say, I'm going to wait for them outside. So I go outside, and I'm standing there, and I'm thinking. And the only thing keeps coming to my mind, domestic violence. No, I don't want my son to go to jail. No, I know this is a setup some kind of way. So I just begin to walk and leave the store. They do not know what I have on or anything, So I just leave the store. And I wound up walking to my son's house. Now I'm doing all of this walking. And I went to the emergency room the day before, because, there was a motorcycle hit the back of my daughter's car. Actually, it was not even a motorcycle, it was a moped. I had all the information to that shit. And I knew it was street theater. I knew it was. And I used my daughter's phone camera to videotape everything because my phone did not have a video. It only had a camera. Okay, so now I walk to my son's house. And I look up at his door, and I want to go and get my shoes, but I do not want to have any more drama with my son. So my elbow says, just go, just go and see what happens. So I walk up the stairs, and now I'm in, oh, goodness gracious, I am in so much pain. Wow. So I walk up the stairs, and I knock on the door. His wife answers the door, and now my son is asleep. Okay? And she tells me to get my shoes fast. And well, I asked her, I said, I don't want to come in. I said, can you give me my shoes and pass me my squares, because I had left those too. So she grabs these things from me, and I just take them and go downstairs and put my shoes on, and I walk away because she tells me he called the police on me. My son called the police. My son calls the police on no one. He'll even tell you, I've never called the police on anyone but Ima. I was going to put Ima in jail that day. Yeah, but you forgot. You hit me on both sides of my head. See, when you are under a spell, when they are operating you, they have you on the wire, most of the shit you do, you don't even remember. They will readjust your memory. So you remember something else, but everyone around you remember the real deal. So I get my shoes and I walk away. Then the only one left is Sharonda that I know. So I go to Sharonda's, and before I can get to Sharonda, there's a guy there, and he's not not at all. This I know, but he tells me Sharonda does not live there anymore. So he calls Sharonda, and Sharonda wants to speak to me. She says, stay there, Ima, don't go anywhere. I'll be right there to get you. And she was. She only lived like down the street from where she lived. She lived no more than maybe a mile and a half from where she used to live. So it took her no time to get to me. So now I go to Sharonda's house. She has this big, huge house. I am homeless now. I slept on the streets. She has this big, huge house. It has an upstairs. And she comes to get me, and I stay at her house. But she's getting ready to move out, And this house is, oh my goodness, it is a really, really nice, huge house, And she has big TVs everywhere, flat screens. And I remember in her garage, she had so much water there. Cases and cases and cases of water. And so we go inside the house. As I said, she has big flat screen TVs everywhere, nice furniture and everything. But the house is still under the program of, I would say, mismanagement. Disorganization or something, although they all say that we are lazy, but that is a program. We are not lazy. Sharonda does way too much to be lazy. Okay, so now I am at Sharonda's house, Sharonda has a thing with paying her water bill because I guess they don't bathe like that. So she doesn't want anyone to, like if you take a shower, do not take a long shower. Don't take too many showers. Don't run the water too much, and shit like that. She doesn't have to tell me. She tells me of other people that live with her, and then she tells me these stories. So I know that means for me not to use her water. The bathroom downstairs is really nice bathroom. Tiny for it to be a big ass house. It's very tiny, but it's a nice bathroom. But it's dirty as fuck. When I say dirty as fuck, I mean dirty as fuck. So Sharonda says, Ima, if you want to take a bath or shower, you can use my room. Her room is upstairs. So I go into her room. It's really, really nice. A little cluttered, but nice. The bathroom is even way nicer than downstairs, And I take a shower there. And after that, I took no more showers there. I would go downtown to Rachel's. It is a place that is put there in place to keep us homeless. But I use it when I need to. So I go there and I take my showers. So now I'm looking for a place. Also, while I was with Sharonda, I met the insurance people who, the moped hit the back of our car, but I know it was straight there. So the insurance woman, she seems to know I am homeless. So the money they are going to give me, I don't want it. I know it is not enough for my back. However, I need it because I got to meet her too early. So I stayed at the trolley and I smoked a cigarette. And I had my trolley ticket and my cigarette pack. And when I got up to go and meet her, I left my cigarette pack and I had no more money on me. I had no money at all. Now I have no money. I have no way of making money. I have no fucking money. And I've never been without money in my life. Never. I mean, I've been where I have not had a dime in my pocket. But all my bills were paid. And my children never knew that we didn't have anything but the little change that's in our bank. Because we had food, our bills were paid, they had shoes, whatever we needed, we had. So it did not bother me that I did not have a dime in my pocket. But this time it did because I had nothing. I didn't even have my bus pass anymore. I needed to get back to Sharonda's. I don't like to jump the trolley. You know, I can kind of get a panic attack. I did it before and wow, it was too much for me. You know, anxiety was building, the police are going, you know, my mind just went crazy, or tried to drive me crazy. So I go, I signed the papers and she writes me a check. I take the money and do whatever, and I need a machine too, you know, because they just torn up my machine. So I go buy me a machine, and then I go back to Sharonda's. I really don't have internet though, and Sharonda does not have internet, you know. So I get on my phone. I do have internet on my phone, and I'm really trying to find me like a room, you know. If I can just get into a room, I can make something real quick and go out and, you know, get $25, maybe $30 for something I normally get $50 for. But I can get $20, maybe $30 for it, and I know I can get it easily, right? So I need somewhere that I can begin to do my crafts. So after maybe a week and a half with Sharonda, and then Sharonda, she has a dude too, you know, and they don't like to live with anyone when they have a dude. It's just different. Although the dude was very mannerable and respectful to me, and I don't think he was a whisperer, you know, to whisper in her ears about me. He did not have to, because she is a perp anyway. I just did not know these things at the time. So I say, Sharonda, do you know anyone? Because Sharonda knows so many people. So I said, Sharonda, do you know anyone that is willing to rent out a room? I can pay $300 a month. I know I can pay $300 a month without a problem. So Sharonda said, okay, I'll look around. And about 2 days later, Sharonda comes to me and she says, Ima, I know someone, his name is Bill, he has a room for rent, da 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 da. She has been knowing this man since she was a child, so she says. So now I move over to Bill's house. And when I go to see the room, oh my goodness gracious, this house, it is, I have never seen anything like this. And now I still do not know that this type of shit is a program. But I need the room anyway, you know, and the room is small, but it's just for me, you know. At the time, they had my son under my control. He did not want to come to me. He did not want to come with me. He wanted to stay where he was at because, you know, they had made all of these surrogate parents, you know. Took my daughters to make my children a surrogate parent. So I decided to take the room. The minute I decided to take the room, I'm paying for the room. Sharonda, she says, well, I'm going to go to the store and I'll be right back. So when Sharonda comes back, she comes back with a carpet cleaner and bleach and things, you know, that can really deep down clean this carpet. We do not care if it bleaches the carpet or not, because the carpet will be clean. Even if you bleach it, it will be clean. It's a nasty, filthy carpet. It is a nasty, filthy house. So she does all these things, and Sharonda's son, he, her oldest son, he cleans the carpet for me. Sharonda does all these things for me, you know. So there's no way for me to say she is here to tear my life apart, as though she is working with my enemies. There's no need for me to say that. So now I am in Sharonda, and Sharonda has nice furniture, as I said. So the room, when I stay with Sharonda, the room I stay in is a guest room. It has a nice bedroom set in it. But Sharonda is going to move to a smaller house. I would stay with Sharonda in that big house until she moved out of that big house into a smaller house. It's still like a 3, 1, 2, 3. I think it's a 3 or 4 bedroom. It's a 3 bedroom. 3 bedroom, 2 baths. This is a really nice house too, but it's smaller. So that's why I stayed with Sharonda for maybe a week and a half. So maybe altogether, maybe I stay with Sharonda 2 or 3 weeks. Who knows? I do not keep up with days or time. I really do not. It can be Wednesday. I don't think it's Monday. It can be Saturday, and I don't think it's Wednesday. I don't keep up with days and time. There's no need to. My life is like Groundhog Day. So I stay with Sharonda for a couple of weeks, and then I go into Bill's house, and with the help of Sharonda, and Sharonda helps me get that. She gives me this bedroom set that is in her guest room. It is a nice bedroom set, practically new. Only a few people have stayed there to sleep in the guest room, and I stayed there longer than anyone else had stayed there. So Sharonda says, Ima, I'm trying to give this bedroom set to someone else, and she tells me the story. She has not picked it up yet, and you need it. So Ima, you can have the bedroom set. Sharonda helps me move everything. She even goes to my daughter's house. My things are in my daughter's garage, So my daughter-in-law, my second son, he did apologize to me for the things he did. He came on Facebook and he just put there, sorry, Ima, like that. Because that's another story, I don't want to get into it. Anyway, so my daughter-in-law, she comes, she takes me to get some things, And a couple of days later, then I get into my daughter-in-law's mind, so we don't go back and get the rest. And my daughter-in-law seemed to not be interested to help me anymore, so I'm like, that's okay. So I tell Sharonda what's going on, and Sharonda said, I'll take you. So Sharonda, she comes the next day or whatever, and she takes me to get the rest of my things. I mean, she is just really helping me. Everything I need to do there is Sharonda. Until I needed to go somewhere, I was going to get some money. The government owed me a lot of money. They owed it to me. And so I talked to someone about it, and she told me exactly what to do. It is though she knew I was targeted, And so she said for me to come in the office, because she did not want to talk to me on the phone. I mean, this pink chick, everything she did is though she knew I was targeted. But she wanted me to get this money, because she said the money was owed to me and the money was mine. So my back is just, it's getting the room together. It's like one thing piled on another, and I'm piling shit on my back. So I tell Sharonda about it, right? First time I ever tell anyone about my money is Sharonda. So Sharonda says, okay, Ima, I can come and help you out. I'll take the girls to school, whatever. So Sharonda, she comes to help me out. And we drive around all day doing things Sharonda needs to do, or wants to do, or make up things to do. About 4 o'clock, Sharonda goes into a store. Well, she always is telling me she has no money, but now she has clothes and shit for her children on their way, and she's going to go in and pay on it. So I don't walk in the store. I don't get out and go anywhere because my back is not good enough. If I can get out the car and get in the car and get out and get in with Sharonda, I could have taken a bus. So now my son is with me too. So many things has gone on. So now my son is with me too. So now Sharonda gets it back in the car. It's 10 minutes to 5. Where I need to go will be closed. So Sharonda says, okay, Ma, I'll take you tomorrow. There are 4 days in a row. 4 days in a row Sharonda came to take me to this place, and all she did was drive around and use up her gas. And I began to think something is wrong here. It was something else Sharonda said to me. And when she was speaking of someone else, this guy. And I said, Sharonda, that sounds like me. She says, oh yeah, Iman, but I'm not talking about you. Because, this dad, woo, you've been through this. And I say, well, maybe he's been through a lot too. But it really sounded like me, what she was talking about. So, so now after the 4th day, she did not take me. It's Friday, So I asked my son that Thursday, I said, can you stay out of school tomorrow? Because I need to catch the bus to this place so I can get this money. I'm not going to be playing with Sharonda anymore. She has changed. Something is going on. I know when they'll come and help you do this and that and every fucking thing they need to win your trust. But when it comes to you getting something so you can step up, they are not going to be there. Something will happen. So my son, he goes with me, and so now I go and I sign for, talk to the lady and everything. And I have one more thing to do. And she tells me how to do that too. I'm not going to say what she said, because I know she knew that I was targeted. So a couple of days later, my son goes with me and I do what I need to do. I take the paper to her, everything. And you have a card, so your money comes on your card. So she says, okay, so now everything is done. I have all your paperwork right here in front of me. We don't have to worry about anyone or a middleman. This is what she is saying, right? And you have your card. I said, yes, ma'am. She said, well, your money will come on your card. So Sharonda did not even know I got my money. I did not tell her. Maybe she knew, but I did not tell her anything. I did not call her anymore to take me or anything. So now it's time for me and my son to go to the laundromat, right? So normally Sharonda comes and takes us to the laundromat. But this time I'm feeling strange about Sharonda, so I say, no, we will walk. And my son said, can you make it? I had a cane. I said, sure, I can, I'll take the cane. So, and also too, my back was also hurting because around this time I had went to get x-rays on my back, and it really fucked my back up. Had me walking so weird, So now my son says, well, Sharonda, she normally takes us. It doesn't seem like she has a problem. So I tell my son, if you want Sharonda to take us, then you call her. I gave him my phone. He called and she did not answer. And normally when I call, she does not answer, she calls back. Sharonda did not call back. So I waited like 15 minutes. She did not call back. Our clothes were ready. All we had to do was walk out the door. I said, no, let's go. The laundromat is only like 2-3 blocks down. You cross the street, there's the laundromat. So we go to the laundromat. And even before we called that day, I had called Sharonda. I texted her and she did not call back. That's why I did not want to call her too. I began to get strange thoughts about her. So we get in the laundromat. This is where Sharonda works. So the lady at the laundromat, I asked her if she seen Sharonda. She said, oh, she left out of town. Her mom died. She went to bury her mom. And I'm like, wow. And they said out loud, not meaning to. And I'm like, wow, her mom died? And she didn't even tell me her mom died? Now, my mind begins to put all these pictures in my head, like, this is how these pictures are going. And my perp radar, or as these pictures are going, my perp radar, it hits red and the Richter scale. Now I know Sharonda is a perp. After I come in from the laundromat, everything's fine. Then the house almost gets caught on fire. And I had been telling my son and trying to burn me up, to get me in a fire. But it was Bill. He put some on the stove. He fell asleep, and that is another story too. And now Bill comes. He tells me I have to leave. He cannot even talk to me with his eyes open. He keeps his eyes closed while he talks to me because he is on the wire. He is being simulated. So now I have to move. Okay, so now calling Sharonda to see what's going on, especially to see what's going on with her mom. So I leave her a message and say, Sharonda, oh wow, I did not know your mom died. Can you give me a call? Woo, whatever. She still does not call me. So now it's time for me to move out. Man, so much bullshit happened. I swear the Adjustment Bureau, if I catch one, I'm going to break my back kicking the motherfucker's ass. Anyway, so all these things happen, and I said, my son, I say, look, go into the streets. Take this $25, go into the streets. See if you see anyone with a truck. Tell them they can make $25. All I need them to do is put my things on the truck. So the same guy, because now we live only around the corner from where Sharonda used to live. So the same guy that lives across from where Sharonda used to live, my son sees him. Because he's on that street, my son sees him in his own yard. It's not like he is a perp stalking us, no. So my son goes and he talks to him. You know, I had introduced my son to him before. So my son, he goes and he talks to him and say, you know anyone with a truck can help woo, a car, whatever. So he takes my son to this, the lady across the street. So now the lady and my son, she brings my son home in her car. And she is telling me she can help me do this, and this. She has a van, you know. Whatever it is, it has 3 trilaterals for it, but it is a car, but it looks like a van. And then all of a sudden she says, you know, why am I saying this? My husband has a truck. She said, I don't even know why I didn't think my husband has a truck. That's what he do. He moves people. And it was so odd that she had forgotten these things. So she calls her husband, and her husband, he says, yes, I'm almost done here and I'll be right over. And I also have someone else to help. Is it possible that she can maybe have $10 more to give to him to help move? I will help move the things for free, and I will use the truck for $25, but I have to give him something. I will give him something out of the $25 she gives me, and she gives him $10. I say, yes, sure. So remember, now I have money. When you have money, you can move up. Without money, it's really, really hard.